Hello students, welcome back to the online classes of physics. This is your Naima Miss back again with the refraction of light on curved surfaces. Right? Yeah. So in our previous class we have learned about the topics that we have covered were about rarer, denser. We have learned about the absolute refractive index, optically denser, optically rarer, medium, Snell's law of reflection. All these things we have learned in our previous class. So in today's class we are going to learn about the lenses. Okay, we are going to learn about the lenses. See, mostly we are going to learn about the lenses, right? So mostly what happens is in this refraction, there we get about we have learned about in our reflection, we have learned about the images, but here in reflection we have lenses. So what is a lens? A lens is formed when a transparent material is bounded by two surfaces, of which one or both surfaces are spherical, right? Both one side or the, like this, you can find they are like spherical or not spherical, like this. Okay, so that is lens is curved by at least one curve surface, right? So lens is bounded by at least one curved surface. Lens can be of various type. Some of the types I'm going to say explain you here in this class. So first is, as I've already given here, biconvex lens. Biconvex lens are of two types. They contain the converging property as well as they contain the diverging property, like this. Okay. Second is biconcave lens. Biconcave lens. And this consists of, it has, see here, biconvex lens means it is having double sided, like that means it is having double sided lens, concave lens. Biconcave means it is having double sided concave lens. If you have plano convex, that is plano convex, one side is plane and another side is convex. Okay, so it is called as plano convex. Then next is plano concave, plane, and the other side is we are having one concave mirror, concave lens. So this is called as plano concave. What it is called? Plano concave. And the next type is concavo convex. That means it is having concave as well as convex lens. So this is called as concavo convex lens. Okay. So how many types we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is biconvex. Two sides we are having here convex lens. Biconcave, we are having two concave lens, two sides. Plano convex, that is one side we are having plane lens and another side we are having convex. Plano concave, one side we are having plane and other side we are having concave. And the next one is concavo convex. That means we are having two types of lens, concave as well as convex lens. So let us learn about the concave lens. So we have learned that this is the biconvex lens, right? We have learned that this is biconvex lens. Yes, how it is? You see that the edges are the ends of the biconvex lens, they are thin. Yes, they have thin edges and at center it is bulged. So it is bulged here at the center. It is very thick at the center, right? And they are converging lens because they converge the rays That's why they are called as converging lens. What are they called? They are called as converging lens. Wherein if we learn about the biconcave lens, you see that, see the structure of the biconcave lens. Yes, here you see this is biconcave lens, right? Now you see the edges are thick, right? The edges are thick, so they have thick edges. They are thin at the center. They are thin at center. And these are diverging lenses. Why? Because they diverge all the rays. So these are diverging lenses. So biconvex lens is thin at the edges, it is thick at the center. Biconcave lens is thick at the edges and thin at the center. Okay, these are converging lenses and they are diverging lenses, right? Okay, so as we have learned that the lenses are both the sides, right? Both the sides. So it's a chance that there is a chance that here also the rays will fall and here also the rays will fall, right? Incident ray may fall here also. So this, if it is falling here, if it is falling on the right side, they are going to refract on the left side, and if it is falling on the left side, the incident ray is falling on the left side, then the refracted rays are falling on the right side. Okay, so that means on both the sides the rays are getting refracted, right? On both the sides the rays are getting refracted. So we will see how we can draw the ray diagram when the rays are falling on both the sides. So mostly remember that refraction will take place in the, when you're talking about spherical mirrors or the lenses, you can say that spherical images, and you can say that the reflection mostly takes place in the mirrors and refraction usually takes place in the lenses. Okay, so let us learn about some of the basic points of the ray diagram. So this is your biconvex lens. Okay, this is your biconvex lens. So now this is your center of the biconvex lens, right? So now this is the line which is passing through the center of the lens, and this is called as what? Principal axis. Yes, this is called as principal axis. Now this is called as principal axis. Now this is your optic center O. This is your principal axis P, right? Now we have a center of curvature. Yes, we have learned in our previous class, this is your center of curvature C1. So here between we have focus point where all the lines, all the rays get where all the lines get converged. The point of convergence, or the point from which the rays seem to emanate, is called as focus point. Yes, so as we said that the rays can be refracted on both the sides, right? So here again there is one more center of curvature. This center of curvature, you can say it is for this, and the other center of curvature is for this. So this can be written as C2, and the focus point here is written as F2. Yes, now C1 can also be written as 2F1. Why? Because it is the double of focus point, right? It is a double of focus point, that's why it can be written as 2F, because it is 1, that is first center of curvature, it is given as 1. 2f1. Similarly, here you can write as 2f2. Similar diagram we have for the biconcave mirror lens also. So biconcave lens is like this. Yes, this is your biconcave lens. Then we have the principal axis passing through the center of your mirror lens, and we have this is your optic center, this is your C1, F1, F2, C2. Now here also C2 can be written as F2, and this can be written as 2f1, right? So this is the basic presentation of how we are going to draw the ray diagram. Okay, now distance from the focus and the center of this one optic center is called as what? Focal length. Distance from the focus point and the optic center is called as focal length. Yes. So based on the behavior of certain light rays when they are incident on a lens, we have four situations. Okay, let us know what are those situations. So coming to situation 1, what it is. So when a ray is passing through the optic center, then the ray remains undeviated. Okay, when the ray is passing, that is, this is your mirror lens and this is your principal axis, right? This is your C1, F1, C2, F2. F2, C2. Right? So when the ray is, this is your incident ray and it is passing through the optic center. This is your optic center, right? So it is passing, this is your incident ray and it is passing through the optic center, then it is remaining undeviated. There is no change in the ray. Whatever ray is coming refracted, it will be same, no change. Similarly, in the second situation also, this is your lens, this is your principal axis, right? This is C1, F1, O, F2, C2. When the ray traveling through parallel to the principal axis, when the ray is passing through the principal axis, also remains undeviated. Okay, if it is passing through the principal axis, it remains undeviated. There is no change in the ray. Okay. Third is a ray of a light parallel to the principal axis of a convex lens always pass through focus of another side of the lens. So this is your lens, this is your principal axis, this is focus point, this is center of curvature, focus point, center of curvature. Okay, suppose a line is passing parallel to the principal axis. Okay, then this line will converge here at the focus point. Suppose the light is traveling here, the rays are falling like this, they will converge here. They will converge here at the focus point. Okay, all the rays which are passing parallel to the principal axis will converge at the focus. If it is passing from here also, then it will converge here at the focus. Okay, either side. If it is coming from right, it will converge at left. If it is coming from left, it will converge at right. Now next, last one, that is fourth situation, is a ray of light passing through the focus. If suppose the light is passing through the focus like this, okay, then this light will be parallel to the principal axis. So principal axis, they will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay, the rays whatever they are falling from, they are falling like they are passing through the focus. The rays whatever they are falling through the focus, they will be parallel to the principal axis. All the rays, whatever rays are falling from the, they are passing through the focus, they will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Now what happens when the rays are parallel to the principal axis? When parallel rays making angle with a principal axis falls on the lenses, the rays converge at a point, or appear to diverge from a point lying on the focal plane. So whatever, this is the line perpendicular to the principal axis at focus. If we take a line perpendicular to the principal axis at the point focus point, this is called as the focal plane. Okay, this is called as a focal plane. Now when they get converged or diverged at this focal plane, here the image we can find the converging or diverging property on the focal plane. See what is happening, all the rays are falling like this, right? All the rays are falling, so we have taken this as a focal plane. Yes, focal plane. Now all the rays are falling like this. They may get converged here, they may get converged, here, or they may get refracted. For example, F1, C1, F2, C2. So this is your focal plane. They may get either converged or they may get, when they fall here on the focus, they may get converged. Okay, they may get converged, distributed. Fine. So this is the this is the situations, 4 situations which can take place during the ray formation. So in our next class we'll continue with the further chapter. Till here, do revise the lesson from first part of the video, and try to understand. It's a very important lesson. Thank you, students.